Hello everyone, chapter 15, shloka number 1. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Udmoolamadashakam Ashwatham Prahuravayam Chandasi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Savedave. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is no imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upwards and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Explanation of this shloka is as it is. After the discussion of the importance of the Bhakti Yoga, one may question what about the Vedas? It is explained in this chapter that the purpose of the Vedic study is to understand Krishna. Therefore, one who is in the Krishna consciousness, who is engaged in the devotional service, already knows the Vedas. The entanglement of this material world is compared here to a banyan tree. For one who is engaged in the fruitive activities, there is no end to the banyan tree. He wanders from one branch to another, to another, to another. The tree of this material world has no end, and for those who is attached to this tree, there is no possibility of liberation. The Vedic hymns meant for elevating oneself are called leaves of this tree. This tree's root grow upwards because they begin from where the Brahma is located, the topmost planet of this universe. If one can understand this indestructible tree of illusion, then one can get out of it. The process of the extraction should be understood. In the previous chapter, it has been explained that there are many processes by which we can get out of the material entanglement. And up to the 13th chapter, we have seen that devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is Krishna, is the best way. Now, the basic principle of devotional service is the detachment from the material activities and attachment to the transcendental service to the Lord. The process of breaking attachment to the material world is discussed in the beginning of this chapter. The root of this material existence grows upward. This means that it begins from the total material substance, from the topmost planet of the universe. From there, the whole universe is expanded with so many branches representing the various planetary systems. The fruits represent the results of the living entities' activities, namely religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation. Now, there is no ready experience in this world of a tree situated with its branches down and its roots upwards, but there is such a thing. That tree can be found beside a reservoir of the water. We can see that the trees on the bank reflect upon the water with its branches down and roots up. In other words, the trees of this material world is only a reflection of the real tree of the spiritual world. This reflection of the spiritual world is situated on desire, just as the tree's reflection is situated on water. Desire is the cause of the things being situated in this reflected material light. One may want to get out of this material existence, must know this tree thoroughly through analytical study. Then he can cut off his relationship with it. The tree, being reflection of the real tree, is an exact replica. Everything is there in the spiritual world. The impersonalists take Brahman to be the top root of the material tree, and from the root, according to the Sankhya philosophy, come Prakriti Purusha, then the three gunas, then the five gross elements, that is Panch Mahabhuta, then 10 senses, that is Dashendriya and mind, etc. In this way, they divide up the whole material world into the 24 elements. If the Brahman is the center of all manifestation, then this material world is a manifestation of the center by 180 degrees, and the other 180 degrees constitute the spiritual world. The material world is the perverted reflection, and so the spiritual world must have same variety, but in the reality. The Prakriti is the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Purusha is the Supreme Lord Himself. That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Since this manifestation is material, it is temporary. The reflection temporary, for it is sometimes seen and sometimes not seen, but the origin from where the reflection is reflected is eternal. The material reflection of this real tree has to cut off. When it is said that a person knows the Veda, it is assumed that he knows how to cut off the attachment to this material world. One who knows that process, he actually knows the Veda. One who is attracted by the ritualistic formula of the Vedas is attracted by the beautiful green leaves of the tree. He does not know exactly what is the purpose of the Vedas. The purpose of the Vedas, as disclosed by the personality of Godhead himself, is to cut down this reflected tree and attain the real tree of spiritual world. Thank you.